John Amos versus John Stamos. Who would win such an epic dream battle matchup? Place your bets now, because Uncle Jesse, James Evans Sr. is about to come and get in that ass, son. Bang your head to the opening riff. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub, and welcome to episode 35 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube, baby. It's June. We popping off a jam-packed month of rushing some films. I'm rushing because I'm real Russian. About 10 years ago, I would have been Russian just because of all the vodka that I was drinking, but since I gave up drinking just over 7 years ago, now I got a different type of Russian in my blood. So we rushing these films, and got a lot of Stagecoach Bandits activity going on this month. We got 3 epic events that I'm going to be filling y'all in on at the end of this episode here. So we got a lot of shit to handle in this episode, huh? Let's go ahead and get on down to brass tacks here. I got 4 movies for y'all reviewed this week. Not the 5. Did I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes, I did mention 5 last week. But there are 4 this week. We're missing one. The Tomorrow Man. That got booted from the schedule for some reason. We don't know what happened to it. Hopefully that will show back up on the schedule at some point, because that did look really, really good. My man John Lithgow up in it. So once again, same with All Is True the last couple weeks. If you were looking forward to the Tomorrow Man review, I do apologize. Hopefully that will pop back up on our itinerary sometime soon, so we can go ahead and get that review for you. Other than that, Rocket Man got released this weekend, but if you're a Rusher, or if you're Russian, I think I might be onto something here. People who follow the real Russians, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, something to dwell on. But yeah, if you've been following the real Rush, you would know that we already reviewed Rocket Man 2 weeks ago. So if you're looking for that review, you got to go back to episode 33. So let's go ahead and get on down to brass tacks with this weekend's new releases outside of Rocket Man. And we're going to kick things off this episode with Godzilla, King of the Monsters. The long-awaited sequel to 2014's Godzilla, and the 3rd entry into Legendary's Monsterverse after Kong Skull Island. Now this just about picks up following the events of the 2014 Godzilla movie. And this time round, Godzilla must do battle with King Ghidorah and some other recognizable titans from some of the classic old-school Godzilla films as humans try to, restore balance to Earth following the events of the previous Godzilla film, and also figure out which titans are with them and which ones are against them. Yes. So in this one, we have starring Kyle Chandler, Vera Farmiga, Millie Bobby Brown. We have Bradley Whitford, Charles Dance, Thomas Middleditch, Aisha Hines, O'Shea Jackson Jr., aka Ice Cube Jr., Zhang Ziyi. Plus, we also have Ken Watanabe, Sally Hawkins, and David Strathairn reprising their roles from the 2014 Godzilla. So right there, you got a stacked ass cast. Alright? That's plus point number 1 for Godzilla, King of the Monsters. 2, the special effects and the monster battle / action sequences are pleasing and refreshing to the eyeballs and all the other sensory applications that you got going on through your synapses, through your brains and shit. They got a really gritty feel to them, which works in its favor, since monster battles that take place in big cities, they ain't gonna be clean. They gonna be a little gritty. So that works well in its favor. However, I will say that this, so far, is the weakest entry in the Legendary Monsterverse, and I only say that because this is due to the lesser amount of emotional weight in this Godzilla movie versus that of the 2014 Godzilla movie and Kong Skull Island. But King of the Monsters, still very entertaining enough to overlook any script holes or any lack of character development, anything along those lines. I mean, who really goes to a Godzilla movie for any of those anyway? The fact that that stuff got added to the Godzilla for 2014 and the Kong Skull Island is definitely extra, definitely added to those movies being awesome. Not taking anything away from King of the Monsters, just saying that you don't go to those kind of movies for those things. If they're there, great, but if they're not, you're not missing anything. So that being said, this plays very much just like many of its old school Godzilla predecessors. Go see that shit. I saw it up in IMAX up at the Airbus on Thursday night wearing this shirt, and as I walked into the Airbus, only to make my day even brighter, the security guard there saw the shirt and immediately said, "It's a new day, yes it is, and yes it is." So take your ass to go see Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Go see it in IMAX or whatever the highest quality possible is available to you, okay? Go see Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And if you haven't learned from the last couple movies, stay through the ending credits. Because we know Godzilla vs. Kong is coming at some point within the next couple years. But does this set up for even another Godzilla movie? Maybe. I'm not going to give it away. Go see Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and you'll see for yourself. Next up on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, we got the new psychological thriller from director Tate Taylor. I'm talking about Ma. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time because I love seeing actors and actresses who usually play good people or baby faces, as we say in the wrestling industry, turn heel. And in this one, we do see Octavia Spencer in a very rare heel turn, as she stars as a lonely veterinary assistant who ends up befriending a group of high school teenagers after offering to buy them booze and use of her basement as a hangout. Alright? However, Ma, as the teens have come to call her as a term of endearment, she has some dark, possible, or ulterior motives beneath her homely demeanor. If you've seen the trailers, you know what I'm talking about, but there's more to it. All the good parts are not in the trailer. Aha. This also stars Juliette Lewis, got Luke Evans, got Missy Pyle, and we have somewhat newcomer Diana Silvers. Damn drop dead gorgeous. Hi, Miss Silvers. How you doing? She was also in Booksmart that we just saw last week too. So yeah, we'll be keeping her on our radar. You damn right. So yeah, Ma. It definitely has that old school teenage horror formula to it. To the point where it's like, you know the teens are going to make dumbass mistakes in these movies, but you don't come to see, you know, what they're going to do, what they're going to say to each other next. You don't go to those type of movies for that kind of element, alright? That's not why you came. You go for these kind of movies because you want to see who the hell Freddy's going to chase after next, alright? Who the hell Jason's going to hack up next? Who the hell Michael Myers is going to slash up next? And in this instance, you come to see what the hell Octavia Spencer as Ma is going to do with her crazy ass. She, in a batshit disturbed role, is the selling point for Ma. She, like I just said a couple moments ago, she plays completely against her usual character type, and you could tell that she had, you know, a blast doing it. At least I could, you know, just from being able to tell people's passions about entertainment and acting and stuff. You could tell that Octavia Spencer had a ball playing this role. And I think that you're going to have a ball watching this movie too. There is one scene in it that you must look for that is die hard, laugh out loud. It had the whole theater rolling. You'll know what happened when it happens. So go see Ma. Go check it out. It's playing everywhere. And you know this, man. Go check out Ma, y'all. Next up on this episode's Real Rush Ticket. Rodney, how we doing on time? I just gotta know. Alright, we doing good. Alright. Next up on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, we have a new documentary. This one's called The Spy Behind Home Plate. And this is the latest documentary from filmmaker Aviva Kempner. She is known for her untold stories of Jewish people in history, such as her 1998 documentary, The Life and Times of Hank Greenberg. Now, The Spy Behind Home Plate, this takes an utmost in-depth look into the life of Moberg, whom most people know as one of the best catchers, as well as one of the most influential and most respected figures in American baseball of all time. But also, it delves into how he served as a spy during World War II for the Office of Strategic Services, or the OSS, the predecessor to the CIA, as the Axis and the Allies were racing to develop the atomic bomb at the time. Now, this tells the story via interviews with Berg family members. You got some sports figures. You got other government analysts all coming together, telling their sides of the story, what they know about it, as well as newsreel footage and audio footage of Berg himself. And it's all seamlessly and painstakingly edited together to tell the story in chronological order, making it one of the best documentaries of the year, if not of all time. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make that bold statement right there. To date, I should say. All time, to date, tomato, tomato, yeah. So, as I stated in my preview for this episode, and as some of y'all may have seen in my Instagram post, my live movie check-in for this yesterday, film editor, this film's editor, Miss Barbara Ballo, made a special guest appearance at last night's 7 p.m. showing up at the Cinema Arts Theater in Fairfax. She did the intro to the film, as well as she held a Q&A session after the film. She stated that this film took almost 18 months to edit. I thought I had a hard time putting these things together every week. 18 months to edit. And you could tell that a lot of love got put into this project. You could tell when you see it. I got the chance to ask her a question. I asked Ms. Ballo how many hours of interview and newsreel footage did she have to sort through before she arrived at what we got, the final hour and 40-minute-ish project. And she stated that each interview and each newsreel / audio footage that she had to go through ran about an average of 2 hours each for each item. So that's got to be in the hundreds of hours. So once again, you edit all that down to an hour and 40 minutes to have to sort through all that. Ms. Ballo, you get the Real Rash Golf Clap of the Week. Bravo. Great job. You do the math on that. That is hard work right there. And you can tell that this passion showed on screen so perfectly. Thank you so much for making the appearance. And yes, you can tell. You can just tell. You just tell. It's perfection personified on screen through a project. I even got to shake Ms. Ballo's hand and thank her for her time, as myself and a few other audience members were complimenting her on such an outstanding job. And once again, I could just sense, as a filmmaker myself, as a film editor, that her passion is definitely in her profession. Despite the fact that it took almost 18 months to edit, you could tell that she loved every single minute of it. So once again, bravo. See this documentary as soon as possible. It's playing up at Cinema Arts, once again, in Fairfax, if you're in the Northern Virginia, D.C. metropolitan area. This Monday's 7 p.m. showing will have another special guest appearance, not from Miss Barbara Ballo. This one will actually be by director Aviva Kempner. She'll be making a special guest appearance and doing a Q&A session at this coming Monday 7 p.m. show. So if you're interested, definitely go check that out. I do highly recommend that you do that. Go talk to her, shake a hand even. Great peoples, these peoples. Make sure that you do stay all the way through the end credits. There's something very special that Miss Kempner puts at the end of all of her movies that I learned about Friday night. So to show your appreciation, please stay for the entirety of the movie. So yes, The Spy Behind Home Plate. Go check that joint out now. And last but most certainly not least on this episode's Real Rush ticket, y'all, we finally finally made it to All Is True. Yay! Okay, so All Is True. This is directed by and starring Master of Shakespeare Kenneth Branagh as William Shakespeare, as the film follows the bard's final years following the destruction of the Globe Theatre in 1613. This delves into his turbulent reunion with his family after returning home from playwriting and production, as he wanted to seek a more quiet and peaceful life at this time in his life, with no intention of ever writing another play. This also stars Judi Dench as his wife Anne Hathaway. It also stars Sir Ian McKellen as Earl of Southampton. And this film portrays itself on screen much like that of a Shakespearean play. Almost as if Mr. Shakespeare wrote the screenplay about himself, for himself, by himself. That make sense? Yeah, that'll make sense. It's truly remarkable. It's laced with emotion. I can't think of anyone but Sir Kenneth Branagh who could have pulled off a Shakespeare biopic this well. How this isn't getting more press is absolutely baffling to me, because it is an outstanding masterpiece. Once again, see this and tell your people, spread the word, get that press out there, y'all. You can tell this is another passion project, because like I said, Mr. Branagh, Sir Branagh, he's the master of Shakespeare. You cannot go wrong with this movie. This is currently playing in limited release. We know that Cinema Arts has it. I'm not sure where else is playing it, but wherever you can find All Is True, go check it out. Spread the word. Get the word out. Tell your peoples about it, and then get back to me on what you thought about All Is True. And that wraps it up for the film portion of this week's episode. Now we're going to go into the Bandits events that I spoke of at the very beginning of this episode. So, first up, get the graphic up on the screen, J-Dub. Yes. So, first up, the Stagecoach Theater Company, who, us bandits work for. Love you guys. Stagecoach Theater Company is holding a tailgate party on Saturday, June 15th, right at Stagecoach Theater Company in the parking lot from 12 to 4 p.m. That will be featuring good food, good drink, for sale of course, cornhole, musical performances, as well as an appearance from our Bandits Improv troupe at 1 o'clock. The event itself is free to attend. Once again, the food and the drink that you will have to shout out a little bit of money for. But hey, it's summer, y'all. Come out, have a good time. Let's sing some songs. We're gonna make you laugh. Come out, have yourselves a good time. We're gonna make it a sunny day. Even if it ain't a sunny day, we're gonna make sure that it's a sunny day. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, as some of y'all may know, we hold our Bandits Improv show monthly every third Friday. However, this month our show is being held on a Sunday, so let's make it a true pay-per-view, because I call it a pay-per-view because you gotta come pay to view the shit. So technically it is a pay-per-view. So it is happening on a Sunday. That's going down on June 23rd at 6:30 p.m. instead of our usual start time of 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available now. Please see the information at the bottom of the screen there. Tickets are $12 online, $15 at the door. I implore you to buy your tickets online with the promo code John, and that way you'll get a discount. But always remember that tickets are limited. You want to make sure that you get them fast, because they do tend to go fast. We've had to turn people away from the door many a time. So get on them tickets, bring your ass, come out and have a laugh with your Bandits boys. And last but most certainly not least, where I'm billing as the WrestleMania of Northern Virginia Improv, there is an event at the end of the month on June 29th. It is called Improvicon, and the details about that go as follows. So come check this out. It is 5 of the areas, I'm gonna go ahead and say top improv groups. We're gonna battle it out for ultimate Comedy Glory, as it says here on the Facebook page here. This is the first annual Improvicon of Northern Virginia, so we want to make sure that y'all come out and make this event a success, so we can make sure that we have a second annual and a third annual and a 79th annual, all that. The teams that are participating in this, we have Calamity Improv, Fools Improv Comedy, Home Improvements, mints is spelled like, you know, dinner mints. Yeah, Unscripted DC, and last but most certainly not least, you got your Stagecoach Bandits, you got the Bandits. This is going down. It's going to be food available. There'll be drink available. Of course, where do you go that doesn't have food and drink available these days? Everybody drinking these days. This is going down Saturday, June 29th. See the bottom of the screen there for address information. This is going down at 7 p.m. to roughly about 9:30. And tickets are available at apm.activecommunities.com. Tickets are available now. And once again, same with our third Friday shows. This being a much bigger event, tickets for these might sell out even quicker than our usual improv monthly shows. So go ahead and get on that. Come on out. Bring your ass. Have yourselves a good time with the Bandits. Alright? Alright. And bring your peoples. And because the Bandits are going to be wearing black, we ask y'all to do the same so we know who in the crowd is there for us. Thank you, thank you. Now that, my friends, ladies and gents, is a wrap for episode 35 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Sorry if I had to fly through things here a little bit. Me and Rodney went to go check the memory on our tape, and I forgot to clear it off before filming this episode, so we're going to have to squeeze it in a little bit. But hey, that behooves you greatly, because I know that y'all usually don't like us sitting through my longer episodes and whatnot. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But anywho, please join us back here next weekend for episode 36, where I will have reviewed for you. We gonna have... pop my collar on this one. We gonna have Dark Phoenix. We got The Secret Life of Pets 2 coming up, which will be interesting because I haven't seen The Secret Life of Pets 1. But hey, kids movies I don't mind going into blind. They're usually pretty self-explanatory. But if I can catch the first one before Thursday or Friday, I will do that. We also had POW-AHHHHHH. That's the new documentary by Ron Howard on the life and times of the legendary opera singer. I'm pretty excited to see that one myself. And we also have Echo in the Canyon, which is looking pretty good as well. So we're going to have those for you next weekend. But in the meantime, if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, any shit like that at all, why don't you go ahead and type those on into the YouTube page where you are viewing this week's episode right here. And your boy will get back to you as soon as possible. And also, for those who have subscribed so far, thank you very much. And if you haven't, what you're waiting for, you know you want to be the first in line to know about all the new releases. And you want to be the first in line to know when I drop a new episode of The Real Rush. So go ahead, while this video is playing right now, find a subscribe button somewhere on this page and click that joint. Boom. And don't forget, tell your peoples about myself and The Real Rush. And continue to spread the word of The Real Rush like everybody should be spreading love these days, ladies and gents. And also, as always, you can also follow your boy on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur. That is at JDubChampion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, ladies and gents, I am your boy J-Dub. Thank you once again for tuning in to another week's episode. Remember, when you're at the movies, chill out. Don't be doing all the talking and looking at the cell phones. And you know what? You can even turn off the smartwatches for 2 or 3 hours, because the time is still going to be there for you when you get out of the movies. Alright? So just chill. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub. And we'll see you next weekend! Peace out!